Here's a quick tutorial on how to make these cocktail pods. Measure 5 grams of sodium alginate, then measure out 1 liter of water into a glass container that you can put a lid on. Next, use an immersion blender, or if you have a regular blender, that's fine too, to mix up the water with the sodium alginate. You want to make sure all the sodium alginate has disintegrated. You can't see any little white chunks. Usually about 1 to 3 minutes. Once it's looking good with no white chunks, you put an airtight lid on it and you put it into the refrigerator for anywhere from 30 minutes to 24 hours. Your goal is for the liquid to be clear with no bubbles. You can see it's kind of murky in Once it is completely clear, sometimes it takes an hour, sometimes it takes a little longer. I've never had it take a full 24 hours. Next, measure out 6 grams of the calcium lactate. And now you're going to create your cocktail that is going to be inside of the pod. This just needs to be 200 grams of any cocktail that you want. Just keep in mind that it needs to be able to freeze, so you do not want too big of a ratio with the hard liquor to the rest of it. Using your immersion blender, slowly put in the calcium lactate until it is completely dissolved. Now pour your mixture into the silicone ice mold and then freeze it. Ideally, you want to freeze it for at least 12 hours, however long it takes for it to get completely frozen and hardened. Once your liquid is clear like this with no bubbles, put it in the microwave until it is 120 degrees. Now get 2 bowls of cold water to be your rinse bowls and set up your bowls in a row. Pull out your frozen pods and then grab a teaspoon, scoop them out and plonk them down into the sodium alginate solution bowl. I found dropping them in like this was better placing them in with a spoon, and then you're gonna have to let them sit for 5 minutes. One of them broke, but I think it was due to air bubbles, not how it got placed in. Then use a slated spoon to scoop them out and put them into the first water bowl. Let them rinse for a minute and then move them to the last water bowl. And now they are ready. To store these in an airtight container with the same liquid that you use for the cocktail inside and keep it refrigerated. And there you go. Here are the directions at the end. Make sure you screenshot those and let me know if you have any questions.